Hello, welcome to my channel. Right, so here, let's paint a new portrait. That's gonna be part uh, 1. I'm planning to paint this portrait maybe in 2 sessions. Let's say 2 hours sessions. Okay, I'm gonna start just with willow charcoal. I'm gonna start sketching. Okay, just a second. Okay, here's I have willow charcoal. Just wait, I have a new box here. Okay, I have some willow charcoal here. I'm gonna start sketching. Here's gonna be the head. I usually start with just a basic structure, and I prefer always straight lines. The shoulders around here. Let's see the shape of the face. I'm gonna place the shadow here, and this is the shape of the face. Here's where we can see the shadow here and light in this area, and this is a little portion of the face in shadow here. Okay, for the hands, I can place the hands here. Okay, to step back, check out. Hello Jonas, hello Subnir, hello Nostalgica. Okay, stepping back and squinting down my eyes. Okay, let's see here. One thing that I see about her is she has a really high forehead. Another thing that I always measure, remember, is just from the brows. Let's put the brows here. One measure to find the brows, that would be first thinking about the whole head. For example, here's gonna be the top of the head, and here's gonna be the bottom. Once we have this, we gotta just find the middle. Okay, and that's gonna be for the eyes. We place the eyes here. And now that we have the eyes, we can put the eyebrows a little bit up. And now that we have the eyebrows, we can measure from the eyebrows to the bottom of the chin. Here, we're gonna find the middle, and the middle, that's gonna be for the nose. Now, that's a basic structure, okay? It's not gonna be 100% precise, but it's gonna get us closer to the position of the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and that's what we want. The nose is gonna be around here. We don't see the mouth. Okay. Hello, Ernest. Yeah, that's right. I found this photograph. I think it's pretty nice, you know, because it's light effect. Hello, David. Today I'm going just to start with just 4 colors. As you can see, titanium white, yellow ochre, cadmium red, and ivory black. What we know as the sword palette. That's gonna be my let's say with this I'm just gonna establish. I'm gonna paint everything, but I'm not planning to finish up the painting today. Okay, for the next session, I'm gonna use more colors, at least primary colors. But for the subject, right now I have enough with this limited palette. I don't need anything more. see. Okay. Now I'm gonna erase a little bit of the drawing with a soft brush. I can see a little bit of, you know, the eyes, nose, and the hand, and that's enough. Okay. First, let's paint the background. I don't have too many options here with the palette. Now you're gonna see me mixing always the same colors. You have any question, just let me know about materials, about the things that I use, anything, okay? Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of linseed oil. Just linseed oil. Here's the brand that I use. I'm not recommending any brand. I mean, I used to have like, just go and buy something that I think is gonna be okay. I don't buy the expensive ones. I don't buy the cheapest one. I don't always buy something in the middle. Now, obviously, speaking about materials, remember that there is a saying: you get what you paid. You know, if something is pretty cheap, usually it's not good. Now, about brushes, I always say that for me it's different. I have found so many amazing brushes for a really low price. And even I have a link in the description box to some brushes that are pretty similar to these ones that I use. And you're gonna see the price. You know, it's like $20, I think. I haven't seen the link for a while, but it was like $20 for a set of 12 brushes, which I think is pretty good. And at the same time, you know, if you buy from the link on my videos, I'm gonna get a tiny commission, and I'm gonna be pretty happy. Hello Molka, are you doing an underpainting? Yeah, kind of an underpainting. But usually an underpainting, it could be like a grisaille, or sometimes just working with what is called dead colors. Like, no, but today I'm gonna try to, let's say, paint as much as possible. And on the next session, I'm going to just continue, you know, adding a second layer. Things that I know, for example, that maybe I'm not gonna be worried about, that's gonna be the darker areas, because you know I'm gonna be able to go back and darken up some areas, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to get to the darks on the first layer. Another thing, obviously, that's gonna be about color. Okay, now I'm gonna use a different brush. And I'm gonna paint a little bit of the shadow here, okay? And then the shadow on the face, and then here, and then the skin. You're gonna knock down this color a little bit more. The very one thing that's pretty good about this palette, for example, let me show you. If I just use red and black and white, can you see I can get some kind of violetish color. It's a pretty cool color, and that's gonna be pretty good if I wanna get some cool areas on the face. Okay, and if I just use, for example, just black and white, this black and white is gonna be kind of a bluish gray because of the ivory black. And especially if I use this against skin color, it's gonna look even more bluish. And obviously mixing red and yellow ochre, I got warmer colors with that. Okay, let me see. A little bit darker and a little bit yellowish. And another color that's pretty important when we paint portraits with this limited palette, that would be green. Look at that. You can get green with just yellow ochre and black. You see that? Pretty nice. That green, by mixing yellow ochre and black, is gonna be pretty useful for backgrounds and for skin color. That what makes this limited palette pretty useful. And having that range of colors from warmer to cool colors, that's enough for painting without any problem. Okay, more yellow ochre. Okay, it's pretty good. Hello, Mary. How you doing? Hello, Ink Costi Art. Okay. Let's see. Now I'm gonna paint this portion here. Too yellowish. I need to knock it down that. I'm knocking down any color just by using black and white. Okay, now let's paint the shadow portion of the face. I'm gonna mix here orange and white. Let's see, it works as a shadow. I think this color can work as a mid-tone here in the middle of the face. Now I can see clearly. I'm gonna use a different brush to paint the light on the face. I'm gonna just use pure white. I can see clearly the light here. Okay, light, mid-tone, and shadow. Okay. see this color. I think it's too light. Yeah, I'm gonna darken up this a little bit more. Okay. Have a midtone, I need a darker color here, and even a darker color here. Let's go darker. I just go darker by adding more yellow ochre, red, a touch of black. Okay, that was too much black. I have to add yellow ochre and coming red again. Well, right now I can tell that I need to darken up the shadow. Yep. Let's see here. It's too dark. Red and yellow ochre. Touch of white. Still too dark. Okay, for here I think it's gonna work. Yep, but the color is more reddish. Okay. My color is not, it's not that reddish. Anyway, I'm gonna change that in a minute. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna add more yellow ochre and red. Okay, let me step back and try to pay attention to the shape of this area. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now let's paint with pure white. If you don't see, if I don't see like a yellowish light here, that means that the light is cool. Okay, cool means it could be light from the window, but definitely it's not the sunlight. The sunlight would make this light pretty yellowish, something like this. And there's a difference. I don't know if you can see the difference, but there's a difference in temperature there. Okay, now we can change, of course. I can make this warmer if I want to. I'm gonna just continue painting just with pure white. Okay, let me see. I'm squinting down my eyes. Things that I gotta check out. For example, if I squint down my eyes, I see the light here, and I see light in this area. Okay, all the rest is kind of in the same, in shadow, all the background with this portion in shadow, and the hands with the face, and this portion is kind of the same value. That's what I see when I squint down my eyes. It's just like I see three values, one here and here. It's not that close, you know, this is brighter, but let's say that this one and this one are kind of close. Let's count as one value, second value, and a third one. That's the darker one. Okay. Hello, Luke ST. Thank you. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Klaus. Okay, zooming here, zooming in my photograph here. I wanna just draw a little bit of the eyes. Okay, let's draw again. Yeah. Hairline, eyebrows. I can see a little bit of the eye here. Remember, the distance between the eyes is one eye. Double check that on the photograph. I think looks like she has one, a little bit more than one eye between her eyes. Okay. What about the nose? Here, I have the brows. The chin is around here. The nose is gonna be around here. Okay. That means the nostril. I see a little bit of this nostril around here. No, it looks like it's a little bit up. Yeah, kind of around here. Let me see. This finger is kind of, the tip of the finger is aligned up with the tree duck. I see that on the photograph. And at the same time, between this finger and the other one here, I can see like a triangular shape. Okay, what else? This here. Yep. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna try to copy the shape of the shadow. It has a curve here. It goes like that. Yep. Okay, I need to step back. Okay, squinting down my eyes. It looks like I need to make this a little bit wider. Okay. And at the same time, I see that this should be darker and a little bit more colorful. Let's try to do that. This case, make it more colorful. That's gonna be just about adding more yellow, ochre, and red, and not adding any black and white. Okay, let's see if this color works. It's not just about this color, okay? I can tell that I see some purple here. I don't know if there is a link to the image. So sorry, I think I forgot to place a link to the image. So sorry about that. Maybe I did forgot. I think. Hello, Sharon. Anyway, I see a little bit of kind of a purple color here. Okay, she has red here. Let's add some darker red here. Let me think. I'm gonna draw a little bit more of the eyes. Okay, let's see the upper eyelid, the shadow here, one finger here, two fingers here. I think I can put the nostril here. I'm gonna mix a little bit. I'm gonna use this color that I mixed at the beginning. It's kind of a violetish color. Yeah, this works good. This works okay. I'm painting the reddish areas on the face, upper and lower eyelid, cheeks, nose, sometimes a little bit on the forehead, a little bit of pink. take a step back. About the drawing. Yeah, I have to reduce the forehead. I still need to darken up the shadow here a little bit more. Okay, first I'm gonna darken up this. I think that the color is a little bit closer now, kind of yellowish. Okay, again, the ochre and red. I can see here. Okay, that's too yellowish. I need a little bit of. I need red on my palette. Okay, for the people that don't know, I'm using this brand, Winton. I'm not recommending the material, just letting you all know what I'm using. Okay, for some people that Winton is pretty cheap, it's not that good, and that's okay. For me, it works pretty good. Hello, Hiroshima. Hello, Sylvia. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the hair. As you see, I'm trying to get closer, little by little. Mix the color and add the layer again and again. Okay. Still, I can see that I need to darken up the shadow here. At the same time, I gotta say that little by little, I'm starting to see that the color is getting close. The value here is close. I'm squinting down my eyes. I see the light here, light here. That's good. Okay. Now I'm gonna use let me see if this is for real black. The background looks like it's a dark brown. Okay, I'm gonna use black with a touch of red. Okay. Right now, what I'm trying to copy for this is a negative space. Okay, all of this is a negative space. And obviously the width is different to the photograph, but anyway, that helps me to copy and got the edge kind of close. It's not perfect, but it's close. Then adding more black and red. Now I'm gonna squint down my eyes again, double check. I'm gonna turn off some lights to see this more clearly. I mean, in terms of value, you know, when I turn off the lights, I can see more clearly lights and shadows. Okay. Now I need a little bit of orange, an orangey color here. Okay, yeah, I think that's okay. I need to darken up here. Let's mix just black and red, a little bit of white. If I with the sword palette, if you mix black and red, a touch of white, you're gonna get violet. Okay, closer. Little bit. Now, another way that you can work or try to find a color that I usually use. Sometimes, I mean, it's not. It's like we take different decisions depending on the painting. For a knockdown color, you can start mixing just black and white. If you decide to use this palette, yeah, black and white. For example, here, black and white. Just black and white. You have gray. You add red. You have a knockdown. Let's say a gray down red. That's one way for everything. Like if I see a color and I know that the color is kind of a neutral color, it's not too saturated, it's graying down, but I don't know how much, you know, I can start mixing. This is more like an exercise, okay? Mixing black and white, and let's say I add yellow ochre, and I have a knockdown kind of yellow ochre, and maybe it could work. You know, doing this, by doing this, you can get a color like this one. It's not that close, but at least kind of, you know, and then you still adding more yellow ochre, more black, but it puts you closer to the color. What happens in a practice about color theory, I remember pretty clear. He was painting squares like this, little squares. These squares, it was just black and white, gray, a midtone. And you used to paint 10 squares. The last one, it was one color, any color. Imagine orange. And you have to create a scale, you know, from the orange to gray. And that was a nice idea. Usually you're gonna find those colors in the mirror that are colors that you see everywhere. When you're working with something kind of orangey and knockdown orange, it's not like we see a pure orange everywhere. We see more of those kind of knockdown oranges colors. That was pretty nice. It was kind of discovering a formula for mixing colors for me. But the problem is the use of black. You know, that's just, working with gray. Kind of it could be kind of little dangerous in terms of we can end up with muddy colors. And now, but the idea about, you know, making that exercise, it just gives you an idea where are the colors, like in a space, and where you could mix to get to those colors. Okay. But at the same time, the recommendation was always at the beginning, like, okay, don't use too much black. You know, black is kind of a dangerous color. And for me, it was kind of, hey, it's so easy, you know, to just to mix black and white, add any color, and get pretty close to any color. And speaking of gray down color, because if you look around you, where you are now, you see an orange color like glowing, or yellow, or blue? No, you know, The colors that we see around us are usually knockdown colors. I don't think nobody right now is watching one of your walls on your house and is painted yellow or orange or red. It's not. Eh? That means that uh, speaking about this kind of, let's say, exercise, you can start mixing black and white and add any color. You want to get close to any color that is around you. Yeah? And it's not as simple, obviously, but at least that gives you a starting point to understand what happens with color. Now, it's not going to be always the best solution just to mix always black and white to get any color. But anyway, you have the problem there. Hello, Ludmila. Okay, let's continue. For example, this palette is a good example about that, you know, because all the mixtures here, every mixture here is kind of a mixture between yellow ochre, red, and gray. Every time I add black and white, I add in gray. And that kind of fit with the example I was giving, you know, when I was a student about working with these little blocks, little squares, and painting the squares of different values from gray to a pure color. Making this darker. Okay, right now I think it's too dark. I'm not gonna change it. I need to see more. Okay, I need to paint more. I think it's pretty close, but not so sure yet. Okay, let's continue. Okay. I gotta step back. Okay, yeah. I think the values are kind of getting close. Okay, I'm gonna mix yellow, ochre, red. Need more red. Okay, here's an I need a different color. I need a stronger color. Um, Let me look for here. I need to. I need burnt sienna, but I don't find it here. I don't know where it is. Okay, I think that is upstairs. Upstairs. Okay, maybe. Anyway, let's continue painting. Okay, let's continue drawing again. I mean, drawing again. I mean, just you see the eyes. Obviously, and just thinking about that both eyes has to be aligned to this horizontal axis. You know, and thinking about the length of the nose. Um, and I comparing a lot with the photograph. When you want to copy the likeness, when you want to copy a photograph, you gotta compare a lot. For that, remember, it's better to have the photograph next to your painting, same size, and keep it steady. Okay, if the photograph is moving, it's not gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay. You know, that's gonna be an obstacle for copying the photograph. And let me tell you that painting a portrait is difficult enough just to put ourselves some obstacles when we paint. And that's one thing that we do every time that we paint for a tiny photograph. And sometimes we complain, you know, about the likeness. We're not getting the likeness. Yeah, I mean, and I keep saying, everybody, hey, use a photograph, same size, because that's gonna make it easier. Just copy. And at the same time, I gotta say that it's not like that's the solution, the magic solution, but it's gonna help a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna draw the eye again. The eyebrows are pretty transparent. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna add. I need permanent alizarin crimson. This color is really helpful. I'm mixing just alizarin crimson, a touch of black. Let me see. Okay, I think I need to move this eye to the left. Yeah, I think that's better there. Let me add the highlight. Tiny highlight here. Tiny highlight here. Okay. Hello, Marina. Hello, Horse Help. Kim Lee from Pennsylvania. Hello, Kim. Kim. Mm. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Grifey. Okay. Thank you. Hello, XX1, Sinner1, XXX. First time watching live. What is the canvas size of this current paint? This is kind of, look at my hand. It's gonna be kind of 9 by, let's see, 9? 9 inches by 9 inches. If I'm a mistake, I mean no more than 10 inches. No more, no more. I'm gonna blend a little bit. From blending, I always use round brushes, but look at the stage of the brush, okay? I blend and I clean the brush. Okay, you gotta fix something here. Something is not okay. Oh no, yeah, it's this finger here. I have to make it, I gotta make it grow. Yep. I'm moving the finger a little bit lower. A little bit of a highlight here. Light here on the nasal bone. me see, let me step back. Hello, Maggie. Sylvia is telling me, could you tell me the measure of the painting in centimeters? Yeah, it's something like, that would be, wait, the 25 by 38, something like that, or 25 by 35. Yeah. I'll make this a little bit bigger. I think I'm having problems with the width of the face. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think it's gonna be better to say that I have doubts about the width of the face. Yeah. What else? The fingers. I'm trying to get the fingers. Obviously, you know, it's gonna take me a little bit. Yeah. I think I'm getting close. Sometimes I just think out loud, and I say all the doubts that I have. Okay. And so many times I'm not gonna do what I think. You know, it's just like going over the stuff, thinking about proportions, thinking about values, thinking about temperature, ages, all of that. And when I see a mistake, or when I think that I find a mistake, I don't correct it right away. Unless I see that's something that's pretty obvious that this something is so bad. I gotta wait. Usually I gotta wait. Here, for example, when you paint a portrait with hands, the problem usually is gonna be about the hands, especially with the size of the hands. Sometimes we end up with smaller hands or bigger hands. That's gonna be a problem. I don't overthink about that much. One simple way to make it right is gonna be just measure. Measure from here with the photograph. I measure this with the photograph, and I'm gonna get the right measurement. Okay, wait. It's kind of funny, I didn't paint an eyebrow here, and she has an eyebrow here. Let me paint the eyebrow. I have turning off one light. Squinting down my eyes to see that, but I have found out that it's easier just to turn off the light, and that's gonna give me something more clear about to what I want when I squint down my eyes. Okay, let's draw the eyebrow. Okay, cleaning this. Now let's soften this brow. Okay. Now let's paint some blue eyes. In this case, that's gonna be gray eyes. Later I'm gonna add blue. Okay, this is another challenge about me painting with a limited palette. It's just For me, it's better just to start simple and not have to think a lot on a lot of colors when I gotta think about getting the likeness. I'm not gonna be like pretty tight with the likeness, you know, but getting the value right, the values, proportions. Okay, and that's why I don't wanna think right now about so many colors. For painting the eyes, usually I paint the lower portion. Imagine that the iris, you split the iris in half and you paint the lower half. And then you light up one portion. For example, here. For example, here. If the light is coming from the right, you light up the left side of the iris. The opposite. Okay. If the light is coming from the left, you light up the right side of the iris. Okay. Now from here, that's gonna be trying to get midtones, and for example, if I'm working on the nose, try to make the nose rounded. This portion here, for example, we need to create the illusion that this it has some spherical volume here. Okay, I think that's the difficult part, painting a portrait, because this is pretty subtle, you know, the midtones. And it take a lot of time just getting this. It's just, you know, I have started with just two colors. It means two values. And I gotta end up with a lot of values. Okay, let me see. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm pretty close. Now, for example, for the skin color, I'm gonna add more yellow ochre and red. And let's see if I can get. Okay, that's too intense, but let me just blend this. I want to smooth out this, and at the same time, you know, I'm blending and I'm mixing. Let me see. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I like the color. Okay, that means that this color was just this one mixed with the color that is already here. now I'm gonna pick up, I can pick up a smaller brush, a tiny brush. Pick up another brush. Pick up this color, which is yellow ochre and red. Just that. Another touch of white, a tiny touch of white. Okay, that's too yellowish, more red. Okay, now remember that I gotta mix it. Okay, and since I'm planning to paint in so many layers, I don't know how many layers, but at least 2 layers. 2 sessions, sorry, 2 sessions. Pretty sure that maybe I'm gonna add some glazes. I don't know. Let's see. I don't think that I'm gonna add some glazes since usually when we work on 2 sessions, the second session is kind of a repetition of the first one, but we feel something different. You know, the oil paint, it just feels that it flows on top of the previous layer. It feels really good, and obviously that gives us an advantage, you know, to match colors, because we're gonna have a second opportunity to match colors, and we already have something here. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna try to paint the fingers. I need to put some details here and there. I wanna work maybe for 30 more minutes. Here's the mouth, the corner. Yep. I'm gonna use a little bit of green. Let's see. If somebody has any question, just let me know. Light here. Okay. What about the shape? Here. I'm gonna add more white to the face. Yeah. Another thing that I see, the fingers are pretty dark on my painting. I can leave it. I think they're okay. It was maybe too thick. Okay, there is one finger here. 2, 3, 4. Knuckles are here. A little bit of light. A little bit of pink from this area. Okay, more red. Mr. Bug, I like it. Yep. The shape here is not okay. No, now that I see the photograph in this, the white here is just, I think it needs something, a little bit of pink, a little bit of red maybe. Okay, what about the darker areas? Oh, I need to work here on the ear. I need to make more clear, the mandible, both sides. I think the hands are okay. Yeah, the size of the head, I think it's okay. I need to darken up here. Yeah. Okay, let's work on this side of the face and this side of the face and the ears, because I think the eyes are okay. I don't know. I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna use a mirror a lot tomorrow or the next day, because I'm gonna continue painting this one maybe in a couple of days. Okay. me see. Yeah, that's okay. Now let's paint the ears. Okay, I need to screen down my eyes. You see, less light, less color. More light, more color, more color. Okay, this ear is aligned with the eyebrow here. Okay. I want to put more white on the lights. The good thing about putting a little white here, that would be that if I want to change this, I can use just a transparent glaze, and I'm gonna get really fast the color I want. If maybe I could add a yellow glaze, but pretty transparent, okay? Really almost invisible glaze. That's gonna add something to the painting anyway, even if the glaze is so transparent. Okay, we change to one brush for blending. Okay, I need a smaller brush for blending. This is a number 0. It's pretty good for blending. Look at that, this is number 0. And the one that I was using for blending is number 0 too. But you see the difference? too much white. Now I'm seeing that after just watching on the screen. Okay. Now let's see what else. Okay. Hello, Sid Behar. Hello, Paul Sarsa. Hello, Ludmila. Thank you. Sylvia is asking me, do you like my Mary paint colors? I have tried them just when I was working on a restoration studio. The owner, he used to use all the time, use my Mary pigments. Okay, and there was tiny tubes, just like these tiny tubes, and each tube it was between $100 and $200. I was speaking about 10 years ago. Okay, maybe more. No. Let me see. Yeah, kind of between 10 and 15 years ago. I used to work on that studio. Every time that I go to Puerto Rico, my friend, he had, or maybe he still has, a restoration studio. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty nice, but I never used them for me for painting my paintings. But he used to tell me, hey, this is the best brand you can just buy. He used to tell me you should use this one. I mean, one thing is, no, gotta say, to be honest, it's kind of difficult to afford $100 tube when you need at least 10 or maybe more. You know, for me, oh no, maybe I'm cheap. Maybe I don't like to spend that amount of money, but I'm pretty happy with the results that I get with the paintings that I use. I've been told, I've been told, hey, you should use better materials. And I say to myself, yeah, I should use. I just forget about that in the next 5 minutes, and I continue using what I've been using for so many times. I have used, for example, maybe the best quality paints that I have used are Rembrandt. Okay? And I did it because uh, I lived in New York for a year, and that time, I was painting. I was working with a guy. Just I mean, I was doing so many things when I was in New York, but I used to go to a store. It was pear paint, and I remember a couple of times they used to have some sales, like they put really cheap, I mean, pretty expensive oil paints for a really low price. And I used to go there and buy, a lot of them, a lot of those paints. I ended up with a lot of nice, high quality oil paints. One of those was Rembrandt. I don't remember the other brands. I don't remember. It's been a long time. Now here in Peru, where I live, a small tube of Rembrandts, this size, okay? Here Winton is kind of, what, $6. A Rembrandt tube is $20. Smaller one. Just 1 minute, guys. See? Yo quiero un chaufa. Okay. Now, so many times I've been told about that, about materials. And to be honest, I haven't. My friends, they used to use the same oil paints. I don't know, maybe just because that's what we can afford here in Peru. I don't know, it's kind of normal, if I go to a studio of one of my friends, I'm gonna find that he's using this Winton. Okay, or maybe there's a brand here that's a national brand. It's called Adrian. Oh, Adrian? Arian? Oh, I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot the name. That's a Peruvian guy. He was a student of the School of Art, and he started to create his own, brand of acrylics paints. And now he's making oil paints, and I think a lot of people is using his oil paints, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna use his brand because I want to support. He was a painter, and he started his own business. And what happens that I have a lot of a lot of paints. I bought a lot of them before the pandemic, and sometimes I run out of one color, two colors, but I gotta say that basically I have oil paints here to paint for the next maybe couple of years without getting out from the house. And even brushes, I have like I don't know, 100 maybe new brushes that I haven't used them. But anyway, if I go out, I'm gonna buy more. That's for sure. Okay, let's step back. Let's check out. Look, Mila saying, lovely young woman. Have you used any other oil paint techniques besides Alla Prima? Yes, I paint with not a lot of techniques, but I paint using a grisaille, and I paint, let's say, using a traditional method that I don't even know the name in English, but we usually make first a stain just with turpentine, like a watercolor base, and then we add a layer of oil paint. We let it dry, and we add again more paint, and at the end we add a lot of glazes. Okay, I paint a la prima a lot because I don't know, I just love to see the results really fast. I don't like to wait. But at the same time, I gotta say, when you work with a technique, a longer technique, like 1, 2, 3, 4 layer sessions, you're gonna get better results. That's for sure. That's for sure. It just that's a personal thing for me. I need to see just the painting. I need to see the image. Sometimes I think to myself like, hey, why don't you leave it there and continue next session? And it's gonna be better. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be better. Now, and you know that I have a Patreon account where we paint Sundays and Tuesdays. We paint portraits. Sundays we paint a la prima, just one session of 4 or 5 hours. We paint a portrait. We paint alone. I paint along with my patrons. Now, Tuesdays is different. Tuesdays we start painting one day. One Tuesday we can paint a grisaille. We let it dry. We continue with glazes. Usually it takes us like 2 sessions or 3 sessions to finish up a painting. That's for Tuesdays. Okay. For Sundays is everything about just a la prima. There's no particular reason, it's just what you like to do. In my case, I love a la prima. And then when I was a teacher in the School of Art, that was at the moment that we used to go to make some demos. And I was asked, like, can you paint, a portrait in one session? And I said, yeah, that's what I love to do. It was perfect for me as a teacher, to show how to do something right in the moment. Because it's different when, and I have seen so many students when I was a teacher in the School of Art. I don't know why. Maybe because everybody right now, young people, they want quick results. They don't like the idea about waiting to see. And I remember pretty clear when they saw me painting on a prima, they were, oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I love it. I love it how the face is there. And when I was doing a different technique, like, hey, we gotta wait, like a week, 2 weeks, let it dry, and that the glazes, all of them, they were, okay, okay. And for the next session, just half of the class showed up because they kind of, lost uh, heart. They didn't care about that. They wanted to see just at the moment. But I gotta say that the better results, you get better results when you obviously go back to the painting and work again and again and again. And for me, it was just like that. For me, when I was younger, I never thought about finishing up a painting one session. For me, it was pretty normal just to start painting, let it dry, and then continue. I don't know what moment I just started to love to see the results right away. I think I got infected with this kind of quick life that we have right now. That we gotta see. We want to see everything just right away. We wanna see the results right now. Okay. Sylvia is saying, oh, Linda is saying, does he use mediums? No, I don't use any medium. This is an acrylic paint. This is oil paint, but I don't use. Sometimes I use a little bit of linseed oil for the background to paint it faster. Just that. Terry, see what size? This is kind of between 8 by 10. Let's say 8 inches by 10 inches. Ludmila is saying, I have not tried a la prima, but you have inspired me, and I will try it. Okay. Thank you, Ludmila, for your comment. It's pretty nice, La Prima, but I gotta say at the same time it's not easy. Right now, today I kind of relaxed because I'm gonna just finish up this painting in a second session, and I put that on the title part 1, that means that I already planned ahead that today I want to get closer to anything, color, values. Next session, definitely it's gonna be easier to get even closer, color and values and details. Mhm. What do you think about the size of the hand? I think it's too big. Mm. That's the problem when we, you know, I'm gonna reduce the hand here a little bit. Okay. Getting close to the end of today's session. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of light here. I need to soften a lot of the edges for the next session. Because it's gonna be difficult just to soften edges later. Just on the air, on the air, pretty lightly. Okay. Okay, I think that's it for today. You know, I have a class. We have a class later in 40 minutes. I need to go to eat and at least take a nap, really fast nap before the class. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And see you next time. For this painting, maybe I'm gonna let it dry for, I don't know, 4 days. That means that my next live stream, that's gonna be for just to paint something new. But for this one, you know, I think at least a couple of days to let it dry, and maybe a couple of days to just to stare at the painting and try to fix, you know, anything that's wrong. I don't see this. I don't know how to fix that. I mean, it looks like it's kind of pretty white. Who knows? I'll do something like that. Let's squint down our eyes again. Wow, the light is pretty bright. Okay. I'm going to soften this a little bit. Lower eyelid. Okay. That's it for today. Take care, everybody. See you next time. Okay, I'm gonna read. Oh, bye. Sylvian Terry is asking me, do you like to paint with liquid text of golden heavy acrylic paints? Your reference photo you are using, is that what you print out? It's a very clear copy. What copy paper do you use? Oh no, this is here using a program that is called OBS. I can put the image on my screen. I haven't printed out the image. I'm working. I will have the image here in my computer, in my monitor. Okay, and from my monitor, I'm working, just watching the photograph. Yeah, I've been working like that for no more than a year. I don't print out anything, just working from my screen. Okay, bye everybody. Take care, you all. See you next time.